Dr. Phil, celebrity psychic James Van Praagh.
You won't believe who he made contact with.
What began as an interview.
You said that you felt the presence of a ghost here on stage 29.
It was very haunted here.
Became an encounter, and our cameras were rolling the entire time.
Let's go this way.
Listen, I'm a skeptic, but what happened here even had me surprised.
Look, there.
Coming up. Let's do it. I want you to get excited about your life.
Here we go, in 10.
Stand by, camera 6.
If it's happening now, we're going to deal with it now.
Stand by, Dr. Phil.
This is going to be a changing day in your life.
Stand by A, and roll A, check in.
Go, Dr. Phil.
Okay, I have a question for all of you out there. How many of you believe in ghosts? How many? Oh, really? How many of you believe that spirits are with you at home, your workplace, maybe one traveling with you in your car? How many of you think there may be a spirit around you now? Well, as you may guess, I am a bit of a skeptic when it comes to the paranormal. But today, we're going to delve into that world of the supernatural with the help of my guest, James Van Praagh. Okay? Now, for those of you who don't know, he is a world-renowned medium and also co-executive producer of the CBS drama Ghost Whisperer. Take a look.
I'm known as a spiritual medium. Dear spirit friends, draw near to me. Spirit friends, speak clear to me. I am an individual who is able to hear, feel, and see those people who have left the physical world and now exist in a different dimension. I believe that there are 6 senses, not just 5. I believe that everybody is intuitive. So I'm someone who has a little bit more sensitivity than most people. And Joseph is somewhere too. Is it Joe?
Oh.
Who's that, please?
My father always told me if I wanted to get in touch with him to pray to St. Joseph.
He's found you.
Oh.
Ghosts are always around us. They help us by influencing us with positive thoughts. You can know a ghost is around you if suddenly the electricity in the house acts weird, lights are flashing, they'll move objects, they make sounds. Many times when you suddenly feel a depression or a headache, it could be because there was a ghost around you. This man wants to apologize to you, okay? There was abuse here, and he's begging for your forgiveness. You understand? Okay. In order for a ghost to really stay here, they need energy. And where do they get that energy from? They get it from humans. The most energy that they can bring through is fear energy. Where do you find fear? Dentist offices, hospitals, jails, planes, and they use that fear energy in order to manifest themselves. I'm the co-executive producer of Ghost Whisperer. The Ghost Whisperer is based upon a woman named Melinda Gordon, who was born with the ability to see earthbound spirits.
Hey, here we go, guys. Pictures up.
We've had some really, really weird things happen on the set. A lot of problems with lights. One day, Jay Moore was just finishing up a scene, and he left the set, and 2 seconds after he left the set, a lamp came crashing down right on the spot that he was standing. And another time, there was a scene where Jennifer Love Hewitt was leaving the frame, and right behind her was like this aura left on the film. I remember one night I came back from the set and I was coming into my house and all of a sudden I heard the jacuzzi going off and the garage door started going up and down, up and down. I knew that indeed there was a ghost in the house and I realized there's a man there. He went to the set of Ghost Whisperer and he found me on the set and he followed me home, knowing that one day I might be able to help him pass over. Working on the Ghost Whisperer is wonderful because it gives me the opportunity to bring this world to millions and millions of people. It opens people up to the possibility that this exists. I believe that everybody has a right to believe they want to believe. I don't think anyone should judge another person because how can I judge you? You haven't had my experiences. This earth world, this is our schoolroom, and we are here to learn many, many lessons. And the school is done, and it's time to go back home to the spirit world. Can you look back at your life and be proud of the life that you led I think people are questioning it. I think everybody should. I think people are ready. That's why I'm here.
Okay, well, please welcome James Van Praagh. He is the author of a new book called Ghost Among Us. So we're glad that you're here. Now, I consider myself to be very open-minded about just about everything. I confess that I am a skeptic because I was trained in the scientific model. Okay. And so I'm kind of a skeptic about this stuff. What do you say to skeptics?
So am I.
Yeah.
So I grew up as a skeptic. I didn't believe in anything not unless I saw that in front of me. But after a while, I've seen so many things and experiencing things, I can't deny them. So I think everybody should be skeptical to a point of view.
I lost my father like 12 years ago. I would love to be able to have some dialogue about it. You say yes, you know.
Oh, no, he's come through.
Yeah, well, you could also Google that. I mean,
if I had the time, I would, yeah. But I didn't. But
okay, so you've had contact from my father?
I meditated this weekend, and I thought of you, and a man came through, and I wasn't sure it was your father or not. Yeah. But I picked up some stuff. Would you like me to tell you what I got?
Yeah, what did he say?
Well, it was a lot of different things, and he came in different ways, and he had big hands. I'm telling you, big hands. And I feel like he wanted to do manual work beforehand. When he started manual work, got his hands dirty, that way. I feel like he was someone with you, and I kept on getting over and over again, please tell him I'm sorry. Yeah. That he didn't show you enough emotion like he should have. Yeah. And I feel like you wanted to live up to his way of life. And I just got a sense of, he's around you, and he said he's been coming to you in your dreams, but you haven't paid attention. I don't know what that means, if that makes sense to you or not. He's also around you, like driving your car, and you've thought of him in the car, and you're driving there, and trying to yell at you in the car. He's like screaming at you and screaming at you in the car, because all of a sudden you'll be sitting there, and all of a sudden you have a thought of your dad. And it's like, he's there. But I also want to say he's proud of you for becoming what you became, and he wanted to tell you that. And I don't know, but the two of you are very connected and helping.
And this is the skeptic in me.
Good.
I mean, we know that he's passed.
Yeah.
He's probably got pretty big hands because I'm 6'4" and 240 and have pretty good meat hooks on me. And I'm sure he's proud of me.
He's very proud of you.
I mean, I've done pretty well.
Right. You did very well.
For myself all my life. I mean, right. I've been blessed all my life about that. Anything in specific or particular?
I don't think he believed in this sort of thing. Okay? Yeah. I don't think he was really one to believe in this sort of thing. So,
yeah. What's he doing talking to you?
I think that he knows I'm going to be meeting you.
Yeah.
So they'll try whatever they can to get through.
I am a skeptic, but I'm open-minded. Now, not too long ago, James was right here on the Paramount Studios lot, kind of ghost-busting with E.T. and the insider correspondent, Victoria Ricagno. Now, not only did he visit the lot, but he also made his way to the Hollywood Forever Cemetery nearby, which kind of butts up against the Paramount lot. Let's take a look at what's lurking among us here.
Look. Right there. There's a lot of spirit activity around this lot all the time, especially at night. I was brought through the Paramount lot, and I was able to reach Lucille Ball. Lucille Ball was here. That was her office. She spent a lot of time in that place right there.
Did this used to be the office of Lucille Ball?
It was her dressing room space.
Do you ever feel anything here odd or out of the ordinary?
Doors, a tendency to open and close.
I think she comes here a lot. I think when she comes back on this lot to visit. When I was there, I picked up Lucille Ball, and she showed me another office, and it was Desi's office. I was seeing a fight with them, with Desi and Lucy. I felt like throwing either bottles against the wall or glasses against the wall. I think the marriage of Lucy and Desi broke up here. And I know he spent a lot of time here, didn't go home, spent time here, slept here. He used to eat and drink here a lot. I also will tell you there's affairs that happened here. Blonde woman. Let's go this way. We're standing in a cemetery, so you would expect there to be some spirit activity here. But I still feel there are others pulling me over here somewhere. So there's got to be a mausoleum this way because I want to go that way. No, I want to go west of here. We'll find something called the Abbey.
I'm calling Samantha, who's with the Hollywood Forever Cemetery right now. So just wanted to check with you that this building is called the Abbey of the Psalms.
We're setting up the lighting. See, the lights are flickering now. This is not any production. This is happening. And the lighting started flickering back and forth. And I guess the gaffers don't know what's causing it. It feels very haunted here.
So you felt a lot of activity around there.
It was weird. It was really weird. Even for me, you know, it's weird.
You said that you felt the presence of a ghost here on stage 29 named Maynard.
Maynard, something like Maynard was the last name. Raymond or Ray Maynard. I was walking back there, and that's what I was just getting, so I didn't know what that means.
Yeah.
Does that mean anything?
Not to me. How do people know how do they recognize when there is a spirit around us? You talk about that in Ghost Among Us.
Sometimes you'll feel a coldness. Sometimes you'll feel stomach problems, like digestive problems, because many times the ghost is pulling energy from you. Or sometimes electrical things will happen, like lights will flicker, like in my house, but the jacuzzi went weird. Strange things like that. Also depression many times, fatigue many times, sleeplessness happens many times. Depending on the type of ghost spirit it is, it's draining the body. It depends also on that.
Yeah, and you said sometimes there's a scent, like a perfume.
It's a scent, that's right.
Type smell around as well.
So if someone like, let's smoke cigarettes, for instance, like a father, they might come back and you'll smell like the scent of cigarettes, or a mother with this beautiful perfume. You might smell the exact perfume. Each spirit comes through depending on how they want to come through, and some are more auditory. Some will show you things, and some will make you hear things, depending on how they want to communicate.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to hear from actress Jennifer Love Hewitt and find out what unexplained occurrences she encountered on the set of Ghost Whisperer. We'll be right back.
We definitely have had weird stuff happen on the set. We've had lights explode over people's heads. We've seen light stands scoot themselves into a different place on the set. I definitely do believe that our energy is strong enough as human beings to not just pass away one day and have that end.
I've read from many celebrities, Shirley MacLaine, Goldie Hawn, Ted Danson, Katie Couric, Barbara Walters, Cher. She called me after Sonny died. We had a reading. Sonny finally came in. He said to her, "You were holding the earrings I gave you last night." And she said, "Yes. Last night I was sitting in the closet floor and I was looking at these earrings that Sonny gave me."
We're here with medium James Von Prague, who is talking about ghosts, spirits, and other paranormal experiences. Now, he has just written a new book, Ghost Among Us. Well, our cameras recently caught up with actress Jennifer Love Hewitt, who stars on Ghost Whisperer, which James is co-executive producer of. She stars as Melinda, a woman who was born with a gift of seeing earthbound ghosts and bringing them into the light.
Someone here? Hello? I can help you.
It's hard to play Melinda Gordon every day and not start to believe a little bit in the spirit world. Death is not a fun subject. It's not something everybody wants to sit around and talk about.
Who are you?
I was scared of this subject. I still am nervous about it. You know, it's not something that any of us really want to face, and me sort of being a little bit of a control freak too. You know, that's not something you control. The show made you look at it in a different way. It made it seem achingly hopeful and like something that is inevitable for all of us, and if it was done the Ghost Whisperer way, with Melinda Gordon waiting there to sort of take you through it, somehow maybe wouldn't seem as bad. So that's why I really wanted to be a part of the show. I definitely do believe that our energy is strong enough as human beings to not just pass away one day and have that end. That energy stays behind. The idea of being able to look over the people that you love after you pass away, what better gift is there? I really think that the show sends a beautiful message. James Von Prague is a great man. He and I have had the opportunity to get a unique friendship going. The experiences that he's had as a medium and what he's been able to share with me has been extraordinary. We definitely have had weird stuff happen on the set. We've had lights explode over people's heads, and it would be completely cool to the touch. I don't know how to explain it. We've seen, you know, light stands that they use on sets literally scoot themselves into a different place on the set. I take what I do every week on this show very seriously because I know that it affects people. I can't come here and half-hearted anything because Melinda is speaking to them and they are listening and they really believe in what she's saying. I've met so many moms whose kids have passed away in similar storylines to what we've put on the show, and they've felt like they had another moment, you know, with their kid on that Friday night while they were watching it, and that's due to this great character I get to play. That's something that has nothing to do with Hollywood or celebrities or any of the stuff that this business is built on. That's the human condition. That's the heart. I have lots of people who I know are going to pass away one day, and I feel comfort, like hopefully America does every Friday night. And for that, I'm incredibly grateful. I'm really sorry that I can't be with you guys, but I just wanted to send you lots of love. Dr. Phil, big fan. You rock. My mom loves you. And James, I'm just sending you lots of love. Congratulations on your book. Bye.
Okay, now...
She loves you.
Oh, she's a doll.
It's a love letter to you.
Oh, she's been on the show before, and she's great. Well, they're telling me on the prompter there that there was a jazz musician named Maynard Ferguson that worked on the lot from 1953 to 1956, and he is deceased.
Well, that could be who it is.
So, could be?
Could be him. I don't know if it was here. But, you know, they don't have to stay just in one location. For instance, if he was on that lot, he can walk around to all the different lots he wants to in different studios. He doesn't have to stay in one place. People should realize that. They can follow you home, too. They can follow you to different places. They don't stay in one place. Now, one thing else I want to tell you. Cemeteries are not haunted. Why is that? Because they need energy. They need human energy to sustain themselves. You're not going to find any energy in a cemetery. Everyone's dead. There's no bodies there. Yeah. So they need to be around people. So where are the most haunted places? Airplanes, dentist offices, doctors, hospitals, because that fear energy that they can use and siphon off of and sustain themselves. Mm-hmm. Interesting, huh?
So somebody could be bleeding me dry as I sit here.
This is true, but I don't see anybody. But if I will, I'll let you know if I do. Don't worry.
Yeah. And if you were to see something around me, would it be something that you would see? Is there like a fuzziness or an aura or a haze or something?
Both. So, for instance, I can see your aura. You know, I can see your aura. It's going on with your aura. And in your aura, the aura is an electromagnetic field around you. Every living thing has that. And depending on your thoughts and your emotions and your physical health, it depends. Those colors will depict that. So, for instance, if you're very spiritual person, there'll be a lot of indigo and purple around you. If you're humanitarian, a lot of green, which is healing and so forth. That, you have that. And you have also a lot of red, and you have a lot of yellow. Yellow is very intellect. It's a lot of mental energy, like thinking, thinking. I said it's around you. I didn't say necessarily using it, but it's around you. No.
Yeah. So, coming up, we're going to meet a woman who claims that the spirit of a dead 10-year-old boy is attached to her. Sounds pretty weird, huh? Well, we got an expert to talk about it. We'll be right back.
There's a little boy spirit attached to me. The spirit's name is Jerry. I heard him speak. Said, hello. I'm not crazy. I can hear him in this van. He hasn't possessed me. I think he would like to, though.
Well, today we're talking about ghosts, spirits, psychics, anything paranormal. And we're joined with world-renowned spiritual medium James Van Praagh, who says sometimes people find themselves struggling with supernatural encounters, as in the case of my next guest. Now, Diane wholeheartedly believes a spirit entity is attached to her and slowly ruining her life. Take a look.
Right now, there's a little boy spirit attached to me. The spirit's name is Jerry. I'm not crazy. I contacted a psychic, and she felt that Jerry was a 10-year-old boy who was in a murder-suicide. The mother had killed him. Initially, he was very active. If he passed by me, I could feel his energy. I would see a little bit of air move. It wasn't too long before I heard him speak. Woke up one morning, and this little voice about a yard away said, hello. Now, he's opened up a lot more. I hear him daily, night and day. I'm often telling Jerry to go to the light, and his comment is, don't want to go home unless you can come with me. When Jerry gets angry, he will zap me, and it's like an electrical shock. Sometimes it's on my foot, my leg, it could be on my arm, my hand, but you know that he's angry because it's really sharp. When I tell people about my psychic experiences, I think most people are quite skeptical.
The more I got to hear about it, the more worried I was about her and her well-being. I used to go up to her apartment all the time. I never saw anything. I never heard anything. I never felt anything in that house.
In the bathtub, I'll get electric shock that'll come out my foot in the water. The last time that happened, I thought, God, I'm not safe anymore. He'll zap the phone off. If I talk for longer than what he wants me to be talking, that has happened numerous times. Jerry takes my energy away from me to support his own energy. At night is the worst. When I sleep, I have to pack a pillow behind me and in front of me, 2 covers over me, a book on my head, and another cover on top of that. And that is to protect myself from the electrical energy that I feel coming down onto me. If I roll over and I wake up just slightly, if he's not there, I'll hear him coming towards me. He's with me all the time. I'm an RN, and because he was starting to bother me so much there, I couldn't concentrate. I left work. I decided I can't do this anymore. Very faint, but I can hear him in this fan. He's really bad today, and that makes me think he's frightened. The noise is... I started thinking, that's very strange. Is that the start of a light just went out, and I think our little Jerry's acted out. I think he's getting a little bit perturbed and angry. And just as I said that, I have shivers down my legs, right to my butt. He doesn't know what's going on, and he's frightened, and he's letting us know.
Okay, so you are convinced that this child's spirit is attached to you?
Yes.
24/7, even in the shower?
Yes.
We thought it would be a good idea for James to meet up with Diane before the show. We're going to find out what came of that after the break. We're talking about people that are really focused on paranormal and psychic world happenings. Now, we're here with Diane, who insists that a 10-year-old boy spirit named Jerry is attached to her 24/7. She says that, quote, he's tried to possess her and even zaps her hands, arms, and legs when he's angry in an electrical kind of sensation. Now, we arranged for medium James Von Prague to meet up with Diane and her alleged spirit, Jerry. Take a look.
As I go into this reading with James, I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not confident that he's going to help me.
Hi, Diane. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I know you've had some problems. You believe a child is around you. Okay.
Yes.
Who's the Nancy?
Nancy's my older sister.
Okay. Has Nancy passed on?
Yes.
Okay, because there's a Nancy standing here right behind you. Your mother's also passed over, has she?
Yes.
Because I'm picking her up over here. I also want to tell you that there's a man that comes in here, and I believe it's a father figure. I feel your father here very much. Your father is showing me, he's projecting to me a house on a lake, and he's looking out there, and that for him is a relaxation, a place to go and relax.
Right.
I know that you want to know about this little boy, but I'm not seeing him yet.
Okay.
So when did you start seeing this this child?
It was 2 years ago.
Okay, good. There's a David here, and for some reason he says he's connected with you as far as family-wise. So they show me a ring.
Oh my gosh. Well, my daughter's first husband was David.
I feel a bit of a temper. I feel this man died quickly.
Yes.
Okay, do you understand that?
They weren't married long.
Was there someone else involved with his death, do you know?
Yes.
Well, he keeps on talking to me about somebody else in someone else's hands. I'm seeing this very clearly. My guides want me to stop right here because there's more to discuss tomorrow.
Okay, so you didn't see Jerry?
I didn't see Jerry.
Okay,
no.
But you saw her sister Nancy?
I saw Nancy, I saw her parents, and I saw a dog, a Cocker Spaniel, and I saw David, this guy David.
Mm-hmm. You have a Cocker?
When I was young, my child
Ex-Cocker?
belonged. Yes.
Your father did.
My father did.
Your father did, okay.
My father.
And the only reason you say Jerry is because somebody told you that.
Well,
now, you
yeah.
think that it may be David, and you have more to say to her. What do you have to say?
Oh,
Let me let the expert talk about this.
I picked up this man David very, very strongly with her, and he was very, upset, and his head was hurt. I feel like it was a gun or something, or it was shot. Was his head then involved at all?
Yes.
Because I feel like it was a head there. And I'm going to tell you something.
What happened to David?
Well, let me tell you. Because I picked up on this. I picked up on something to do with fast running, and he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I also picked up there was glass around here, and I don't know if someone was in a car or near a car, but I'm in a car or near a car when I'm killed. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay, and I want to tell you that he's PO'd about his death.
Yes.
And I feel he's around you, and he wants the attention that he never got. Did he have a tattoo of a rose or something, though?
Not that I know of.
Would you find out? Because I feel, was he Latin at all? Or was there any?
Yes.
Because I feel like a Latin person here, and a very strong, this guy, very temperate, very strong person, and he's a control freak, and he doesn't want anyone taking his life away. He was upset that his life was over. Someone shot him.
Oh. Yes, I know that.
Okay.
So somebody shot him?
Someone killed him, and I feel he should have been, he was at the wrong place at the wrong time, this man.
And he was upset about that?
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't you be? Yes. Your life is over without you knowing.
I mean, really, if somebody shoots me, I'm pissed.
You get pissed?
Yeah.
You bet.
But is it possible that this, I mean, because you didn't label this as, you didn't recognize this as Jerry. I'm talking about this like he's standing here, but is it possible that it's been mislabeled, that it is David?
Yes.
She says it's ruining her life. So how does she get rid of this presence?
I'm going to take care of her. I'm going to bring a training program with her, and I'll help her with that.
So there's a possibility of getting this away from you.
There are techniques, there are protection techniques.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm...
It's if she wants to, though. She has to want to also.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Good. Because it'll ruin your life if you don't pay attention to it and take care of it.
So you can help her with that?
Yeah, I will.
And you will?
Yep.
And would you like his help?
Oh, I don't even know how to tell you my appreciation. I would love his help.
And you don't care what it is as long as it goes away, right?
That's right.
You don't care who it is or what it is as long as it goes away.
That's what I think.
Because it's bothering your friend.
It's bothering her so much, and it's getting worse.
And you understand, when I'm providing an alternative explanation, I got the feeling that you maybe took that in a negative way, of me saying like schizophrenic or whatever.
Oh, yes. No.
But I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, that's just, mental illness is just like diabetes or anything else. It's just something we have sometimes and we have to manage. And I'm not saying you are or aren't, because I haven't diagnosed you, but you have to consider all possibilities.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
All right.
No, I don't take
How do you know
way.
she's not just schizophrenic?
I'm psychic. Hello. Although some people call me psycho
If you're so psychic, why were you surprised I asked you that question?
I knew you were going to ask me that question.
You didn't seem like you saw it coming. Coming up, a woman who refuses to make any life decisions without consulting at least 3 or 4 psychics beforehand. She even had to call a psychic before she could come to my show. We're going to talk to her when we come back.
My mom is very addicted to psychics.
I call psychics up to 3 to 4 times a day.
Much of what these psychics are telling my mom is These psychics are blowing smoke up my mom's
We're talking about psychic dramas today, which includes unexplained occurrences from the beyond. Now, James Von Prague is with us. He has written a book called Ghost Among Us. If you are curious about this, if you want to know not just the theory, the ethereal aspects of it, but some real kind of down-to-earth, step-by-step things to try and navigate this terrain in your existence, or to determine if you have that kind of existence, this book breaks it down. It's not just some real kind of flaky sort of general explanations. It's very straightforward. Now, my next guest, Mercedes, says she's addicted to psychics for 12 years and has spent up to $4,000 a year seeking their advice. Her son, Glenn, says the psychics are just blowing smoke up his mom's you-know-what and taking her straight to the cleaners. Take a look.
My mom is very addicted to psychics. It's something that she's been doing as long as I've been born.
I am addicted to psychics. I call psychics up to 4 times a day.
My mom spends up to $500 a month in psychics.
I currently have 18 psychics.
Much of what these psychics are telling my mom is These psychics are blowing smoke up my mom's They're preying on the weak. If you really want to help someone, why are you charging them money?
Every time I have an issue, I have to call a psychic. Any problem with my kids, my job, even coming to the show today.
In December, psychics were telling her that her husband's being unfaithful. It's 15 different psychics. It's like a pack of hyenas. It's a feeding frenzy.
A psychic told me to divorce. We have been separated about a year.
These psychics are making my mom isolate herself. She doesn't have many friends.
This all started with my sister's death. My 20-year-old sister was shot and killed. I wanted to know about the feelings that she had before she passed away.
My mom is convinced that she won't get a job. And she comes to me saying, the psychic told me I'm not going to get a job till February. And that's you get a job when you get a job. You're qualified.
If I don't call a psychic, I feel stressed out. My heart starts pounding. When I speak to this psychic afterwards, I feel peace.
I wish my mother would listen to Dr. Phil as much as she listens to these psychics.
Okay, what are you so curious about? Because I have a really interesting life with like 50 million things going on, and I'm not curious about what's going to happen tomorrow. I'd rather show up and see what happens. But what is it you want to know?
I just want to know you know, I want to make sure that I'm going to be okay, that I'm going to find a job, that my kids are going to be okay. Basically, I call them for almost anything, any issue that I have, anything that I can think of.
And you're asking somebody that's charging you $8 an hour if you're going to be okay? They're going to be okay. They're getting $8 an hour. You think they're just scamming her, right, Glenn?
I mean, 9 out of 10. I honestly, I mean, anybody can start a website, and there's no qualifications.
Yeah, there's no screening for anything,
what
right?
she's doing is consulting.
They're just a voice on the phone?
Yes.
I mean, it could be anybody. You can't put your life on hold because some person on the other end of a phone said, don't get a job till February. You might get hungry in January. You know, seriously. And so you've got your life on hold.
You're very intuitive. You're very sensitive. So you need to start going with, I think part of it is people are very into this sort of thing and they look to others because it's a subject matter they really like. But you really have to start working on your inner voice and using that, not look to outside of yourself.
Yeah, he says intuitive and sensitive. I say vulnerable. And I think you're getting exploited. And if there's a voice you want to listen to, the guy sitting right next to you there seems to me to have his feet squarely on the ground. His vocabulary could use a little cleaning up, but he's basically very focused. And seriously, you really care what happens, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's tough competing with so many different voices in our head.
He loves you. He loves you so much, this boy, and he's trying to help you. You got to listen to him. He loves you.
Yeah, you need to swear off this for 30 days, and then I think you're going to look back and go, oh, my God. Because if you had even the last 5 years of $4,000 back, if you had 20 grand in your pocket right now, that would foretell a future. I mean, a financial future. I mean, really, I think you're getting had. You're getting conned. You're getting scammed. We had those people that were pretending to be Robin and I on the phone. They took out a phone listing for the Dr. Phil show, and you called that number. It wasn't here. It was somebody on the phone saying, yes, hi, I'm the director of the Dr. Phil show, and would you like to make an appointment with him? And just they had them wiring money in to talk to me or Robin. What got me, it was $3.75 an hour to talk to me, $4.25 to talk to her. And when we got involved with the authorities and we busted them, we did a sting and busted them, they were a bunch of fortune tellers, a bunch of psychics. They were running a psychic scam out of Houston. And they sure didn't see that coming. They could tell the future. They didn't see that camera crew showing up at their door, or they wouldn't have been there. So really, you're getting had. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, what James has to say about some of the people in this audience. We'll be right back. Back with medium James Von Prague, who is the author of the new book, Ghost Among Us, and it is a down-to-earth kind of navigational guide through this part of your existence. Now, I know you guys in the audience will be happy to hear that he's ready to do some audience reading. So, James, why don't you do what you do?
I can do it right here.
All right, great. So, do you want to, is there somebody you see like a major energy around, or do you want somebody to raise their hand, or how does this best work?
Well, I can raise your hand, but there's also a guy here that's down on a motorcycle. He died in a motorcycle accident, and I feel like there's a family around here. Is it back over here somewhere?
Okay, yes, ma'am? If you stand up, if you would, so we can.
Is a friend of yours brother or something, or?
My friend died in a motorcycle.
Okay, you knew this man, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Was there any ties to music at all with him? Do you know if he was in a band or wanted to do music, or you don't know?
All of us girls do music.
Okay, so you do music. Are you in a band? Are you singing together?
My best friend
yes?
that I live with, yeah.
Okay. Did she know him or something?
Yeah.
Or? Okay.
We all were good friends from high school.
Okay, good. Because he wants to say hello there. Okay. And there's a Michael also.
His last name's Michaels.
Okay, Michaels, that's right. Okay. And so there he is, and he's very strong there. There's someone that has his jacket, I'm going to tell you. You understand this? They have his jacket. So I don't know if they own it. They get very emotional here with him. His mom's still alive, is she, please? Because I want you to give this information to his mother, because she has a jacket that she holds on to, and it's in her closet at home. Okay?
It's leather jacket.
In a leather jacket, but it's in the bedroom. I also want to tell you he has, it's so funny, because he has all of these, I don't know, posters or weird, like, photographs that he took, like weird photographs. I think he had a camera and he used to take weird photographs.
Okay.
Okay, you know about that?
No,
Ask his mother about his computer and about these weird photographs, kind of bizarre things.
His mom has them?
Yeah, I did them, okay? And that's that. But a lot of love to you from, and the people in your music, he's trying to help you with the music.
His ex-girlfriend is one of our really good friends, and we were all in choir together.
Who plays the keyboards?
She plays piano.
Does. Okay, yeah, he doesn't know what the keyboards. Just show me keyboards here, okay? Really strong. I also want to tell you, another friend was thought about suicide or committed suicide. There was a suicide around someone. You know about that?
What?
In this same group up here?
Yeah, there was a suicide.
A busy row.
You know about that, right?
He didn't run around with us, but there was one
but he
guy
knew.
in our class.
This guy knew him.
Yeah.
And he said he's over here with me, committed suicide. And this motorcycle, like, I've been seeing this. But he's okay now. And ask his mother if she's been feeling him around her. And there's something to do in February. I don't know if it's his anniversary of his death or February of his birthday, but there's a February connection also with him.
Okay.
Okay? God bless. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Anybody want to raise?
I'll just let you do what you do.
Okay.
I'm just watching. We got somebody way over here to the right. Lady, stand up on the end. Yeah. That's you, the one on the end.
What's your name?
Lisa.
Hey, Lisa. Nice to meet you,
Hi,
Lisa.
nice to meet you as well.
When your dad passes, right before he passes, was there a problem with his breathing, by the way?
Yeah.
He had that oxygen?
Yeah.
And I want to tell you that I feel either there's life support or there's like oxygen for him to breathe. Okay? He's sitting right next to you. He's talking about reading books. A lot of reading going on here. I'm not sure if the reading is for you or for him, but a lot of different books I'm reading, okay? And also in a place where you live, it's either a den, there's a den or an office, a lot of books and pages of things. Does that make sense to you? And I feel like I'm typing some stuff, okay? I also want to ask you, do you have a brother?
Yes.
And was your father away in a different state or a different place?
It's difficult for him to get there.
Okay, your brother didn't see him?
No.
I want you to tell your brother your father's okay with that. He's holding on to that.
Thank you.
You understand that?
Thank you very much.
He's holding on to that, and he's got to let that one go.
Thank you.
Your father's a fun guy, great sense of humor, real good personality, bigger than life.
Yes.
And I got to tell you, he's still bigger than life, all right? There's either manuscripts or something you're writing, or you have pages all over the place, and I see books there, and I'm referencing things, and your father's around looking at this. Who likes the crosswords, by the way?
Me.
Thank you, because he's helping you out with crosswords. Interesting. That's weird. I mean, there's the crossword books all around, too.
Wow.
You know, I feel like I'm on a plane and crosswords is helping with his crossword books. If you go home and there's a desk there's a crossword book right there, reference crossword book right there.
I was doing crosswords on the plane all the way to Alabama for the funeral.
Well,
Thank you.
You're very welcome. God
All right,
bless.
we'll be right back. How'd you know what Father died? Well, we've been talking about the paranormal side of existence today, and you can watch the CBS TV drama Ghost Whisperer every Friday at 8 p.m. Now, James Von Prague's latest book, Ghost Among Us, is in bookstores now. And as I say, if you have a healthy skepticism or even a crack of an open mind, then this is a good place to start, because it really gives you an explanation of how you see this world existing. Now, there is currently a contest to win 5 free readings with James. So go to his website or go to drphil.com for details. Now, we have a great time here in the studio audience, so if you're going to be in the Los Angeles area, we would love to have you here. Tickets are free because we have a good time, right? All right. Go to drphil.com and click on Be in the Audience. You can also call 323-461-PHIL. That's 323-461-7445. So those are good numbers, I hope. All right, thanks for being here. So long. James, thank you.